Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to my ranking of all the heroes and villains in Marvel United on the Dice Tower. This is just my personal ratings of each of them, but we are now in the upper half. So you're going to see me start getting more and more excited about the different characters. I mean, even more so in the videos that are to come. But there's some pretty neat stuff here. So let's get started with some heroes. Okay, we're going to start with Iron Fist here. Now, Iron Fist is kind of a jack of many trades here. You can see he has decent stats. Maybe his biggest hurt is he only has a little bit of movement. But what I like about him is his basic card here. It's a heroic, but then it does 2 damage, split as you like in your and adjacent locations. That's really handy. It can work in your own location. It can work in ones next to you. So it makes him really useful, and he has some nice heroic mix with this. Like I said, his worst problem is movement, but you combine him with someone, say, like Falcon or Quicksilver, and that's not going to be a problem anymore. It makes him a nice force. So, for example, I would like to use him and Falcon and then pick somebody who's a strong fighter, and you have a pretty great trio, I think. So in our last video, I talked about Iron Man, and I like him a lot, but I like War Machine, I think, slightly better. They're both very useful. They're both all-around good. War Machine especially is good with movement. He has decent fighting. He has decent, okay heroics, but great movement, especially like this, for example. Hit 2, then move. And then you have another move. So you can move, hit 2, then move. Or you could hit 2, then move twice. So it's kind of a useful thing here. He hits 2 in an adjacent location, 1 in an adjacent location. Again, kind of bringing up that, hey, he's very powerful, but he's also giving these movement to other people. And then has a nice mix of icons elsewhere. So I just think that that's a pretty solid pick. Yay, War Machine, always better than Iron Man. So now we have Ghost Rider. Now, Ghost Rider, I actually personally don't prefer this particular version of Ghost Rider, the image, and I kind of wish they had put him on a motorcycle, but, you know, if wishes were fishes. But he's very well-rounded. He has great movement. He has okay heroics and decent fighting. And this one, we can do 3 to a single enemy in your location, or fight, then heroics, then draw a card. This is a really fun thing to play. This is a great first turn, right? You move somewhere, you take out one of the hoodlums there, you rescue somebody, then draw a card. Oh, such a nice thing. And then this does 2 damage to each of the henchmen in your location. Now, I don't know if that's worth it sometimes, because you usually only need 1 to take him out, but there are some villains that turn it into 2. Either way, I like his versatility, and that's kind of, you can see the focus of the groupings here. I like that, just the diverseness of the character itself. All right, it's time to take a look at America. First, we have America Chavez here, who has a good fighting. The Star Portal, a double wild she can use for herself, is nice. I wouldn't mind if that would work with somebody else, but she has a nice mix of icons. Okay movement, okay fighting, and okay heroics. I mean, it's pretty much split down the middle, and she has only a few cards with single icons, and I feel that makes her, again, someone who it's really easy to put in a team. In fact, you would not be hard-pressed here to take any of the characters I'm talking about today and put 3 of them together, and they all work together because they all do everything, and so mixing them together would not be a bad idea. But she works really well. Also, I like, you know, how her character looks. It's a lot of fun. Still in the America category, now we have Captain America. I like him better, and there's a couple reasons why. First of all, he's one of the most heroic characters in the game. Has 3 double heroics. That's really nice. He has the move and punch, pretty useful. But all 3 of his cards, they have all 3 icons here, give a wild token from the pool to another hero, which oddly enough makes Captain America and Gamora a pretty good team. But I just like that. I like he's a team player, but by himself, he's going to be solving things. He's not a great fighter. I mean, he's okay at best. And his movement's okay. But heroics? Yeah, Captain America. M.O.D.O.K, which is one of the silliest enemies in the Marvel Universe. But M.O.D.O.K is fun for me to play against because he's essentially, you're racing him. He starts with preparation, where he starts in your starting location. But whenever he bams, he flips a hero card. And when he flips a hero card, he picks the one closest to the storyline and flips it face down. which isn't usually too bad if you stay ahead of him, but if all your cards are face down, you lose. If you overflow, you flip a card face down. He flips an extra card face down. Spot flips cards down. And if there's no heroes in the location, Living Laser flips them down. So he's coming at you. Now, he's not tremendously difficult, I don't believe. I mean, he can beat you for sure. You just need to move fast against him. You need to possibly take out this one, for example. Technopathy, where you flip 2 hero cards or whatever you might do. If you start here, you have to play your card face down. That's a terrible one, so you may never go to that location. He's annoying, and you might find us at odds with some of the other villains I rank lower because they're annoying, but his annoyance is known coming in, and you have to just stay ahead of it. It reminds me of the Super Mario levels where you run ahead the whole time with the level moving behind you. That's how this one feels, and I find it just a refreshing difference from the other villains and a lot of fun. Ultron feels like another one where you're racing against the bad guy, and I like this one. He's I think the last villain I'm talking about from the basic set, and he's my favorite from the original set because he's just trying to fill everything up, and you're trying to stop that. But it gives you something to focus on, and you have these Ultron clones, which are going to add henchmen to locations. You can stop them, get rid of them if you want to, by taking damage, but it's not usually worth it. These duplications he adds, he'll add 3 on a BAM and do 1 damage, but it gives you a focus point. So you're going around, you are doing damage control to a lot of things, but you're gearing up to fight against Ultron himself. I like this one. He's more interesting to me than, say, Red Skull. Like I said, Red Skull is a good one for people who are first starting out the game. And then when they're done with that, I say, play Ultron as your second villain. So when you're playing against Vulture, you'll start with 3 crisis tokens in each location. Those are spoils that Vulture is trying to steal, and he's going to be doing that the whole time. When he bams, he'll steal one from his location, and then he moves all the heroes to the location opposite him. That's the annoying part about him. Any hero can prevent it by taking 2 damage, and if he gets a certain number of tokens, he wins. So you need to stop him from doing this. Meanwhile, Kraven and Sandman are out there, and Sandman is stealing crisis tokens at the spot he's at. Here you take damage. Vulture, this is so annoying, these electromagnetic wings. If he's attacked there, he takes only 1 damage and moves to the opposite location. He moves fast, which incidentally isn't fast in this game because if you move 5, it's basically just moving 1 backwards. But either way, a lot of his cards steal those crisis tokens, and I find that interesting. He's fun, he's flying around, you have to fight him and do different things, and he feels like he's not a hard villain necessarily to beat, he's a hard villain to catch, and I like that. So those are the villains from this video. These are the sets that the heroes and villains from this one came in. Alrighty, whew. 7 videos. We only have 4 videos left, and oh man, like I said, the stuff gets better and better. But hey, some of your favorites might have been in this video. Let me know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching the best of Marvel United on the Dice Tower.